between Ruben and Poetry Chef. B.Jenet versus Rock Howard. And here we go.
Terry.
Oh, Terry, sorry. The other Howard.
The other Howard. Yes.
Or Bogart. Oh my God. It's like a step. My God, I'm so off today. It's been a long Monday. It's been a long Monday.
It's all good. All right, so right now we're in the battle of the ground projectiles, because that's what they both have in common. And
ooh, nice little jump trajectory there by Poetry Chef to kind of get out of the corner, and now kind of switch sides, crossed up, and keeping Ruben in the corner now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice little DP there.
Oh, nice little rev to get out of there as well. Oh, and now we're going back in. Going in with a little bit of bread and butter combo, going up. This won't kill, but it's going to be a lot of damage.
I was going to say, by the time you add on the super there, it's going to do quite a bit. Oh. And now, there we go. I was going to say, well within chip damage range.
I don't like how the trades, you can never tell who wins. Like, they both, I was like, Ruben lost that round, right? But it looked like he won in the animation. I got confused for a second. But as we're kind of going, Poetry Chef is keeping up with the pressure right now, going in with some of the special spin moves. But now here comes Ruben trying to get out of there with the neutral jump with the hop and crosses up Poetry Chef, and now putting Poetry Chef in the corner.
Oh no, but Poetry Chef really great patience there, just waiting to jump right at Terry, confirm into the combo.
Ooh, nice rev blow to get out of there too by Ruben.
And no throw for you. All right, we got that the back and forth footsies. Up and running. Punch to the face. Beautiful, Ruben. Beautiful.
Goes into the level. Is this the level? Yeah, this is not the ignition gear, but this is the level 2. Nope, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong bar. That was the hidden gear. My bad.
I'd say that was his cinematic moment.
I know, it was a cinematic moment, and I totally ruined it. I totally ruined the moment. That's what I do a lot. I make it awkward for everybody. As we're going to go in here, as Ruben, that was a really good answer back in this first game, just hide up in rounds. Nice neutral jump to kind of keep Poetry Chef at bay, and probably going to try to get one more interaction here so he can get Poetry Chef out of Rev, or out of SPG. But now here comes Poetry Chef coming back.
Oh yeah, no, that was a great use of the rev blow. If they're in your face, sometimes you can catch them with that. Obviously, if they counter rev blow, that's going to be a problem. But this time it worked out for Poetry Chef and got a full combo for their troubles.
B.Jenet's throw is such like a mom. It's like God, it's like just slaps you in the face, like just goes in. But oh my God, Poetry Chef just going in, keeping again Ruben in the corner and taking that first game. And we're going to be running it right backwards. We go back to... This is the Street Fighter stage, isn't it? Yeah, this is Ryu stage.
Yes, this is the Ryu stage. There we go. Ruben with the throw. You know, nice little call out there on the neutral jump from Poetry Chef as well.
Oh. Trying to get back. Trying to get out of the corner, Poetry Chef. Trying to bait something out of Ruben, but Ruben is not taking any of it. Was able to get a throw in, and now Ruben's on a mission to get him out. There should be a big... Oh, that's not a big enough punish out of the rev blow, and now Poetry Chef is going to take advantage.
Yeah, no, they're just holding on to the barest of SPGs here. It's going to see how long they can get. There we go. And then Ruben hits with the rev blow themselves.
Oh, but I don't know. Has a bar to spend. Was she gonna spend it? No, doesn't need it. Wow, does not need the bar.
Didn't even need it. Nope.
Poetry Chef is
keep
on
their
match.
Butter.
Yeah, keep their butter. Poetry Chef is on set point. Oh, go. Okay, someone's a little spicy right now.
Oh, what a whiff on that throw, giving Ruben a couple of hits there.
Oh, playing a little footsies, trying to find the spacing.
Ooh. And that's going to be all the way to the corner right there. Nice little bread and butter B.Jenet.
Ooh, wake up DB right there. Oh, but no, here comes Poetry Chef again. And just going in with a big bread and butter combo. Probably going to spend the hidden gear. Or not hidden gear, level 1 here. Oh, didn't. Okay. Thought it was able to. I'll punish.
Yeah, absolutely. They made sure to get them out of SPG, just like Ruben. Oh, the tiniest of amounts. A sliver of SPG. There we go.
Oh, and a big back throw by Poetry Chef. We're down to one interaction each. Who's going to go for it? There's the big punish on the blocked projectile. Blocked EX projectile on Ruben, and Poetry Chef took full advantage and takes the set.
What's the matter, Terry? Are we having
There we go.
attention?
Proper ground fireball, like, you're going to win. But here we go. Oh, all out pink Vox. All right. I like the fit. I like the fit very much. And do
Yeah, there we go.
Going rising tackle right away. Round start, it's fine. But a little bread and butter combo right there on the crouching light kick. But now here comes Nebu trying to get back in. We're just hopping everywhere right now.
Oh no, for sure. I like that they're both trading like small encounters here, sort of almost like the poke battle, keeping their hit bars similar. There we go. Here's the first good full combo there from Nebu.
Oh, nice rev blow right there by Nebu again to keep control. And even though it got crossed up there, now we're kind of spacing out. But now we're just talking about it. Here come the full fireballs of Rankger.
Yeah, no, and Nebu proved that he's got his JDs down, so not exactly the the strategy maybe in that moment. So Rankger ran in, but
So
it was a
it's all good.
great first round.
Great first round. It was a great first round. Like you said, it was like a poking battle, but like they were just jumping around. It almost felt like a mini anime fighter for a second. There was just so much hopping around. Nice cross up there by Rankger. Rankger's crossing up again, but the big rev blow punish with Nebu, and now Rankger looks like he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, no, he's just sort of keeping him in the corner now. Oh, tried to dive kick in, but Rankger got out. Now we're back to being cats again, sort of that. Oh, there we go. Using the dive kick over the projectile.
And, well, nice use of the dive kick by Nebu, and Nebu gets a guard cancel out, and now there's a little trade. We're going up, and now Nebu's out of SPG, and now we're going to see how this is going to kind of close out here. Nebu is trying to see if he can close out this round, and is able to on the break cancel to get the combo at the end. Well, it's not really a combo, just more like a heavier move. And Nebu gets that first game.
You're free to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Now that very much felt like a dare you to flinch moment, and Rankger flinched.
Definitely so. And we're going right back into it. We're going to listen to more Salvatore Ganache music. Nice. Red's Club. And Nebu wants to get out of there quickly because he is bringing Rankger all the way to the corner and is just pressing buttons, getting these floats in, and almost getting Rankger out of SPG, but nice wake up DP by Rankger to get out of that corner, and maybe this is the time he'll start his offense.
Making good use of those crouching jabs there, which are very quick moves to kind of stop Nebu's
Oh my god.
and rev blow.
That's like the third counter rev blow he's done in this set. Like, and we're only in game 2. But right now, Nebu is on set point here. We'll see if Rankger has an answer. If he wants to extend this match, he needs to get this round. Gets the air fireball in, and now we're gonna see again. We're just hopping around, but nice defense as we're landing. But big wild punish by Nebu.
And no, got a little bit of there's a DP there to once again sort of the get off of me that Rankger's using. Nice little air to air. Cross up to the other side and using that close kick in order to confirm into another full combo.
Goes into, my god, there was like 3 breaks. We're going to see the full, no, we're not seeing full cinematic, but that was, wait, was that a cinematic? Maybe it was just level 2. But my god, here
I
comes,
believe it was his level 2.
yeah, and here comes Rankger just kind of going in. Even though it's in burnout, does not seem to care. He's just going all out. Big block DP though on Rankger, and Nebu definitely properly punished. And with the pink fit Vox, Nebu takes that set.
You're free to go anywhere, but you
Nope.
Time that perfectly. As we're going right into our next match here between RINO and Mr. Bwabande. And hey, it's another B.Jenet.
Oh, is it Christmas? Oh my gosh. Not only is she like beautiful in red, that's so Jessica Rabbit right there.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but also like two B.Jenets.
Two B.Jenets, and my eyes are definitely up there. That's all I will say. I am not looking down, but oh my God, Mr. Bwabande is just going bananas right now, and put RINO in such a life deficit. Is able to not able to close it out yet, as Mr. Bwabande is able to get into a bread and butter combo. Ooh, is not able to fully confirm after the standing heavy punch, but projectile takes it. Bwabande gets that first round.
Yeah, Bwabande just had the better projectile there. All right. Little air to air. Still kind of doing that back and forth. Oh, caught.
Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, it's really fun. Now that you said Jessica Rabbit, I can't unsee that, and now I'm just like thinking like who friend Roger Rabbit going on. So shout out to Mr. Bwabande for making this custom, as he is keeping RINO in the corner. RINO seems to have no answer right now to Bwabande's corner carry and corner game, as Bwabande takes that first round. And also thank you to Rome himself for the $10 donation into Rematch Arena. So much appreciated, man. Love you, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, we have a nice, once again, that B.Jenet bread and butter happening. There we go. A little bit of crouching light confirmed there.
My God, that was a really good catch on the float by RINO. RINO's now trying to figure out, just trying to adapt to the gameplay here. They both trade in the air. No one really wins out on trade. Nice little jump in, no throw though, off of B.Jenet.
That was a really good shuriken toss there to catch her out of the air. Now RINO's kind of, or they're both kind of just like trying to hit each other.
Oh, there's the big confirm though by Bwabande. Bwabande is going to keep RINO again into the corner, going to span the level 1, and now we'll see how going down there. Just keeping him in the corner, and there is no way out for RINO there, and RINO's now in dire straits as Bwabande's on set point.
Okay, woo, nice little jump kick there. Cross up from RINO, gonna do some early damage. And we're gonna go ahead and do as much as we can. Got Bwabande out of SPG.
All right, and now we got here comes Bwabande. As soon as we switch on the commentary, Bwabande just starts going at it, trying to get RINO out of SPG. Is able to get him out of SPG right now while bringing him up to the other corner. Oh, that clipped. I thought that was Bwabande was able to miss that. And now here comes RINO going in with a little bread and butter combo and keeping Bwabande in the corner.
Yeah, no, right now we're seeing I am going to get in somehow, some way. Bwabande managed to do it first. And all the way to the corner. I know.
We love the corners. Like there's no such thing as neutral. We're just gonna play at the wall corner here. Oh, there's a big jump trajectory. That was actually one of the first ones we saw used effectively tonight with RINO in this set. So that actually worked out for him, and he gets on the board here, and now is on survival point.
Oh, caught from the air. That's a combo. That's a combo, as I say. And Rev, just to keep him in the corner.
Oh my God.
No.
Just all this corner stuff is just going, and now we're okay. Like RINO's trying to answer back with some of the lights over there on the reach, but it's not working out for him, as Bwabande is able to get the big breader combo out. Spend the super. There it is. Gonna spend the super. Level 1 takes it, and Mr. Bwabande moves on to the next round of winners pools, and I am not sorry about that, because I did not want to see another Hokutomaru quote.
You were always a cutie pie, but now you're looking positively next generation.
Well, I'm glad that you're.
Is it? Wait, is it gonna be the big heavy bruiser versus a Billy Kain? Oh boy.
But we got two-touch Kevin versus Billy Kain.
Two-touch Kevin Charlie, aka Sub-Zero, going in at it with Billy Kain, which chat, if you can help me out with the fit on that on PsicRogelio's custom, let me know. But I see that as Sub-Zero for Icebound, which kind of now makes sense. Like, that's like MK3 Sub-Zero unmasked.
Oh no, Icebound went the theme here. And sadly is also in overheat, so definitely there's that guard crush right there. I wasn't calling it into existence, it was just bound to happen with the way PsicRogelio was working.
I mean, you don't have commentator's curse. You actually have like sort of like you're the opposite of that, or the antithesis of that. Unlike myself, when I call something out, the opposite does happen. But right now, we got PsicRogelio going in, using the long-range pulse here, goes into the special move, go out, keeping Icebound in the corner. We'll see how Icebound's able to respond. He uses a Rev Blow to sort of keep him at bay. There's a big confirm. Now we're going to go into Brembark. Oh, but it dropped.
Yeah, only got the 4 hit there, but... And now we have the opposite. Overheat on the Billy side.
Oh, and Icebound is just hanging on to that thread of SPG that's left here.
And that's all you need is the tiniest amount. You can still do your rev. So, ooh, PsicRogelio moved at the wrong moment.
He got the frames, like, just to go in there, got the frame advantage. Icebound was able to take advantage with that super, and now we're tied up in this round. Oh, wow, that's such a cheating button, so far away. That's like Dalsum, like, style stuff there. But we got Icebound still with the life advantage here, as PsicRogelio is trying to still keep Icebound at bay with his long folks.
Yeah, until Icebound decided to just jump kick in and go for it. It's just like, oh, I have a moment and I'm in, right? But no. Keeping Kevin away from you really is like peak what you should be doing, and we can kind of see PsicRogelio doing that here. Just
what an anti-air call out by PsicRogelio. This should do it. He does have meter, and that should kill, and it does. PsicRogelio gets on the board here, first game in this winner's round. I still do not know what this custom... Oh, Toy Soldier Billy. Okay, got it. Thank you. Oh, yes, and Rum, that is Caster's Blessing. You are correct. Lobs here has Caster's Blessing. Every time I call anything out, it's like, oh, well, I just screwed over that competitor, so I try to keep my mouth shut.
GG's. GG's. Woo! Icebound tried to run in, and PsicRogelio was prepared. Much quicker move there.
Trying to keep forward there. Oh, nice old heavy punch confirmed by Icebound. Trying to keep the distance close on PsicRogelio. Oh, nice confirm again. Getting PsicRogelio out of SPG. Putting him all the way over to the corner. Wow, got another. That was
That's what makes Kevin dangerous. I'm telling you.
I felt like that was
I
a
didn't call him
frame trap.
two-touch Kevin for funsies.
I mean, fair enough. But it's just that was just like right now, PsicRogelio has to kind of come back here. He does have a game to play. He is up in this set, but Icebound looks like he wants to get this next game. But as I say that again, we got PsicRogelio, again, commentator's curse. PsicRogelio is keeping control of this round and is keeping Icebound in the corner.
Oh yeah, no. Right now we have basically the perfect round here got forming from PsicRogelio. So will this kill? And not quite, but that will.
That will. Use the
What?
pogo. Use the staff as a pogo stick.
Yeah, non-factor calls it the Scrooge McDuck, which I absolutely love. Cause
Oh, DuckTales. NES DuckTales call out. Like,
yes.
The NES DuckTales call out, and like Lobs being like super retro fan, she especially appreciates that. But oh my god, nice break, Icebound. Icebound is able to go in. Is in overheat though, but when you're in overheat, just go all out right in there and try to keep the spacing. But now it's coming back. Oh, but gets caught by the special on with PsicRogelio, and here comes PsicRogelio bringing Icebound to the other side of the corner.
Yo, that was such a well-timed special there. Like, my mouth literally dropped open. PsicRogelio's a madman.
Oh my god!
Woo! Icebound! Returning in kind!
Oh my god, and Icebound is just got out of overheat, but unfortunate interaction there. The float by PsicRogelio to convert into that full combo. And Toy Soldier Billy, aka PsicRogelio, Billy Kain, takes it and moves on into
Mr. Bwabande.
Yep. And we're going back to the poison. We're even going back to the same exact stage. So we're kind of going in here, going nice little anti-air. That was an anti-air with like a crashing heavy kick. That was weird. But fortunate interaction for Mr. Bwabande. Oh my god, playing B.Jenet like with a super rush down character. And but here comes Elrayomac trying to answer back, but there's a big break and a float with on Elrayomac, and Mr. Bwabande gets that first round.
Yeah, I meant to say Elrayomac earlier. So going right into it. Oh, Elrayomac's like doing early damage here, just like going on in with the jump kick. Whoop, and throw.
Sorry, just Marco going up. Yeah, oh, too slow. Like it's just his like his voice actor just going a little crazy like that is always funny to me. But right now, Elrayomac is stuck in the corner and caught again on the counter, and Mr. Bwabande is just showing us a clinic on how to do or not do. That is the wrong word to say. How to use B.Jenet.
Anyway, so Mr. Bwabande tried to get in, but Elrayomac caught him out of the air.
I did my part. I broke my partner and laughing. So, but I also broke myself. So there we go. Now Elrayomac is actually trying to get catches there. That was a nice timing on the little dragon punch by Elrayomac to keep Bwabande in the corner, keep up that momentum, and actually get on the board here. Ooh! Oh wow, nice just defend, but now an anti-air rev blow on counter hit, and now here comes Mr. Bwabande. Someone mad.
Oh no, and then used her attack there to cross up and make it to the other side. Oh, another cross up there from Mr. Bwabande.
Wow, Mr. Bwabande is on set point while Elrayomac is still on survival point here, trying to keep it up. But nice little anti-air, but no big follow-up. But Bwabande goes in with his own rev blow. Oh, that should be punished. Oh, whoa, that was not punished. That chat must tell me if that was a bait. But here comes
I don't know if that was an official bait, but the spacing was so perfect on that. Mr. Bwabande was able to take advantage, but here's Elrayomac getting in. Nice, some just defends there in the corner. That was a good throw there. Elrayomac is just like taking the crouch punches.
Little crouch lights to confirm, but you know what?
Yes,
you know how you end it?
yes.
Just a big fireball to the face.
Sometimes that's how you have to end it.
Just a big fireball to the face.
Yep.
And not even a level 2, just a big one. Oh, wow. What a counter rev blow by Bwabande. And Elrayomac is just taking it all as he's already out of SPG and all in the corner. Oh, big miss TP.
Yeah, but he managed to keep that from becoming a lot of damage there, but sadly could not stand up to the rev blow. And Mr. Bwabande getting that throw and final hit.
Good old confirms right there in the corner. And now we're going to set point for Bwabande. Nice little just defends right there as Elrayomac kind of comes in. But again, Bwabande with a nice rev load is able to stop that momentum, but did not matter. Here comes Elrayomac again, bringing Bwabande back to the corner.
Yeah, Elrayomac caught him ducking. There we go. With that cross up, though, Mr. Bwabande puts him back in the corner. Is an overheat. We'll see if that matters here. But
going in with another level 1, but big punish there. Elrayomac properly punished on the block and is able to get the round. We're going to a final round here in top 16 winners side, and we'll see who's going to take it here. Oh, big rev blow on the follow-up by Elrayomac to get his offensive started, bringing Bwabande out of SPG already. Oh, a nice anti-air again to stop. Oh boy, we're breaking, we're extending combos. Are we going to a low? It does not have any meter to get into a super. And now here comes Bwabande.
No, Bwabande, you got a little bitty combo there. There we go, counter hit. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Didn't quite like catch up, but those life bars are getting awfully close considering.
Oh, jeez, wow, what a comeback by Mr. Bwabande, down to like less than 25% life, and was able to bring it all the way back into Suave. Like, you're just like, he just moves his hand.
I mean,
well, little flash kick though for your troubles on by Kenneth. Now we're just gonna keep going in there, and oh my god, just keeps going. I forgot we're seeing PsicRogelio, who actually exhibits a different play style compared to Bwabande. Bwabande kind of goes all out, but it's more calm, cool, and calculated by PsicRogelio, while just trying to find the best opening, and is finding the opening right now on Kenneth. Is able to get the level 1 super. Look at all that damage.
You were looking at the damage. I was looking at the 33 hits. So I was like, does it end? No?
No.
What about now?
No.
No, in fairness, I've seen Kain do very similar things, but in this case, PsicRogelio just killed it. Yeah.
Ma, are we there yet? Did we get to the end of the combo yet, Ma? And
ooh, that was like a sort of a pause there from past Kenneth, and PsicRogelio definitely took advantage. Like a hesitation?
Yeah, well, right now, PsicRogelio knows what the freaking frequency is on Kenneth, because he's just able to pick out a lot of the timings, just waiting for his opening. You can see he's blocking, trying to get a block punch in, but right now it's now working for Kenneth, as he's getting a huge life lead now on PsicRogelio. Able to finish the combo, maybe? Yes.
I mean, low confirmed into it, so, you know.
Yes.
You may as well get as much of the combo as you can. That was very quickly tied up there. Oh, both sides had the idea of running in first, but Kenneth just did a little bit better.
Yeah, looks like a PsicRogelio rejected the throw, but gets braked, and all of a sudden is getting floated for a combo here, and now is out of SPG, down a third of life left here, but try to get out of the corner, and successfully does.
Yeah, took a bit of that projectile, and no, PsicRogelio managed to get in there, and we've already worked ourselves back to the other corner.
Oh,
whoa. Stage to stage.
Wow. Whiff throw, but it still worked out for PsicRogelio, but now PsicRogelio had a little bit of the debuff going. Now we're going into a little bit of projectile war, while Kenneth is in overheat. No big anti-air there, though, but little light confirms by PsicRogelio to go into a little baby combo. Big block. Oh, no full punish, though. And that's my turn. Oh, God. Just defense to get some life.
No, but the rondo.
But the mind. He just like walked in.
Yep. He set up the mine. No. Kain, one of the few charge characters you really got to watch for that. I just call it a flash kick. I know.
Yeah,
I know that's guile terms.
I know.
But seriously,
I still use
very dangerous.
light punch. I still use light punch, heavy punch. It's fine. And she just PsicRogelio walked into the light, but for that, ends up losing that round and gives the game to Kenneth. And Kenneth now is on set. Could close out this set on this game, gets the mine to convert, and gets another good combo in, and set up the 2 mines again in the corner. My God, PsicRogelio is stuck right now. And we'll see if he's able to get out of that corner or if Kenneth is able to close this out. What did I say about commentators, Kurt?
Well, Poetry Chef basically waited for Kain or Kenneth to approach and then slapped him. That's what she does, converting to a full combo. And that was a great throw break there because Kenneth was definitely in a world of hurt.
Oh, man.
She's using those flammes to keep her back.
Oh, boy. Kenneth is on overheat right now. Oh, big whiff throws. Oh, no, that wasn't full confirm.
That bounce? Oh my god, that hop. That was such a great hop.
Yeah, it was. It's just, God, just jumped over the projectile. They are going back and forth, both in overheat, and Kenneth was able to win that round. My god, that was very tense right there.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. You could barely talk. And throw. Set up a mine. Oh,
That's
didn't
a
quite.
big deal for me that I can barely talk, by the way.
Yeah, it is a huge deal. There we go. Poetry Chef. Yep, we're gonna compound as much damage as we can to get him out of SPG. Absolutely works. Just to take a flash kick to the face for their troubles.
Oh,
Ooh, are they gonna get them also out of SPG? Not quite, but that will do it.
That kind of did it. We'll see. Poetry Chef is able to get out of there. No, we're down to one last interaction. Oh my god, so much fireballs. Just taking in the damage and gets the down, I believe that was a down heavy kick to get that. And Poetry Chef did not know what the frequency is.
The defense, in my opinion. But we are getting started here, so I won't continue to regale you about that. Supergrenas, like, I want to be on this side.
You wanted 1P? Okay, fine. We just did RPS, and I want the other side now. Have fun. Trying to get in, use the rev blow, but was not able to. But now here comes Jay. Jake gets out of the corner, runs out and crosses it up. But now here comes Supergrenas. My god, that must be safe because I've seen Jay not punish at the end of that string. What was going on there? My god, Supergrenas is just spinning around almost like a Beyblade.
Ooh, but Jay was prepared for that neutral jump. You know, use that anti-air to get a bit of a combo there.
Oh, but now Jay is in overheat. See if Grenas is able to take full advantage, but it puts Jay in also an SPG, so is able to get out, but Supergrenas is keeping him in the corner. Big whiff on the throw there. Nice shimmy by Supergrenas to get out and close out that round.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight.
All right, Len, let's see the response here. Oh, there we go. Supergrenas tried to jump in, and Jay punished that and blocked the rev blow attempt.
Oh. A big jump in by Supergrenas, and Jay was ready for that anti-air as we broke the move to extend the combo, and now we're going to keep going forward. Oh, no full confirm though on the elbow dash, and now we're just going to keep going. And big bread and butter combo by Supergrenas with Preecha.
Yeah, we're even going to use one of our little super sticks down there. Nice throw tech there from Jay. Managed to run past, get out of the corner, switch things up a bit.
Ooh, big dash was unfortunate though, as Supergrenas was actually can get the better of that interaction, and this should do it for the round, and does, and that takes it. First game goes to Supergrenas, and we're just pressing start because we don't even want to see the win quotes.
No win quotes for us today. Oh, Jay tried to run up and throw, but Supergrenas jumped over. Instead, able to get a nice bread and butter there. And the throw.
Nice back throw to switch places. And, okay, we switch places again, but now Jay is back in the corner. Now it's going to be an SPG, but it's down at the last part of the ratio in his bar. But Grenas is just going crazy, pressing buttons. Whiff throw, whiff DP. Oh no, punishment. But it was still able to convert on the crouching heavy punch by Supergrenas, and now Supergrenas is on set point.
Now those whiff throws were pretty dangerous. There we go. Now we get an air throw from Jay. Nice anti-air there.
Wake up move
Wait.
there by Supergrenas. Now we're gonna see if Supergrenas is able to continue as spinning around like Beyblade, but there's the block punish by Jay. Oh, Jay gets caught though, and now here comes Supergrenas again with a big bread and butter combo.
Mm-hmm. This is full cinema.
Oh,
Got full cinema here.
I didn't realize we were in SPG. Let's take the selfie photo. Whee! All right, and now Jay is in dire straits, even though he's in SPG, but is also an overheat, but does have 2 bars. Could also use the hidden gear as well if he might need to. If he wants to get back in this game. Oh, this might be it. That should be enough to kill, right? Will this kill?
Will this kill? I think it'll be close.
It's gonna be very close. Oh, down to a
but
whole
not
pixel.
quite. I do like the trading of cinema though.
Big supers. Now we're going crazy with the teleports, doing mix-up upon mix-up, and the crouching low light kick by Jay takes it, and now is on survival point for Jay, but set point for Supergrenas.
Oh yeah, but another whiff throw on that neutral jump there from Supergrenas. There we go. There's that counter hit.
Oh man, couldn't get it full combo, but now Jay is still trying to extend as Supergrenas is trying to use the fireballs to keep him at bay. Oh, and gets the confirm. Oh, this is not going to look good for Jay. Jay's in overheat as well. Wake up super though.
That's the get off me.
Yeah.
The get off me, wake up super. And air throw. Oh, I gotta love it. Ooh. The throw whiffs.
Oh, that super should take it and does. The level 1 closes it out for Supergrenas, and we'll move on the winner side of top 8. While Jay will move it down to the lower side of the bracket, and Toy Soldier Billy, as we go along on this right now, and there's a big pool. We're in a mansion in a pool. Some rich guy's house.
It's Kain's house.
I know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think it is. But at least it's Kain's stage. I love how they've almost like synchronized their colors, you know? They're both like going into the woods to do some hunting or something. And right now, looks like Kotir is getting a little bit more of that prey than PsicRogelio.
Yeah, keeping the spacing as close as possible on PsicRogelio, so you can't use Billy Kane's like basically limb zoning tools to his advantage. But that was actually really good by PsicRogelio, even though it was up close, is still able to keep it at bay and now pushing out the spacing. But nice little hop by Kotir to convert and take that out. And I see him as 2 toy soldiers right now, just kind of like put him toy soldier figurine, like kind of thing. That's me, though. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I could see the toy soldier thing. There we go. PsicRogelio doing a little bit of damage here up front. Sort of just jumping away from Kotir.
Oh
Nice low confirm there from Kotir.
Kotir gets the throw as well. Oh, and the whiff throw. Nice shimmy, but no full conversion by Kotir as Rogelio is able to go in a little bit more, get some more damage. Has to be careful with Kotir because he's almost in SPG. Now he's in SPG, even though it's in the final part of his ratio. Oh, and trying to close it out as Rogelio is trying to get a big whiff throw again. Let's see if Kotir is able to confirm. Gets the confirm. Oh no! Nice little counter by PsicRogelio to close out that round, and we're tied up in this first game.
Ooh, nice! Just like taking advantage of that whiff. It's the projectile thing. You jump in while they're doing their long attack.
Yeah. Oh, nice big jump in. No anti-air, but wow, cross-up did not work out for Rogelio, and he eats a lot of that damage. And now you can see Kotir playing the spacing game, trying to give no space to Rogelio, but he is now in overheat, and now here comes Rogelio to try and take advantage of that.
No. Looks like Rogelio's taking advantage of him being in overheat. Ooh, that block was so bad for Kotir.
Yeah,
That'll give Rogelio the first game.
Yeah, it does. It gives him the first game. I forgot he's Australian. People from down under. Well, big belly flop to start it off on round start by Kotir, but that did not really work out as PsicRogelio was able to get more anti-air combos in, but little light punches, standing light punches by Kotir to continue the combo, and now is trying to get PsicRogelio out of SPG and is able to, and put him in the corner with the big throw, and is he able to close it out and will be able to on that second throw, or possibly third throw. I can't count.
Throw and throw.
Strike, throw.
Ooh, nope, tried to do another cross up there, but PsicRogelio was ready that time.
Ooh, what a big anti-air move there by Kotir, and now is putting Rogelio in the corner with throw again. Rev blow did not work first time, but do it again, and PsicRogelio says it'll work the second time, and it'll put Kotir in SPG.
Yeah, no, in that case, the timing was just a little bit off for Kotir. Now we have SPG, though, so...
We have SPG.
Both sides.
Yeah. But PsicRogelio was able to get that last hit, close it out there. We're going to a final round here in game 2, but it's survival point for Kotir, set point for PsicRogelio. I am seeing how PsicRogelio wants to get that set point right now.
Oh, that hop back from PsicRogelio just saved him from that throw right there. Yeah, Billy's movement can be also exceptionally good. At least I've seen every Billy use it to great effect.
Oh my god, and now look at the confirms by Kotir. Kotir's gonna spend the hidden gear while in SPG. How much damage is this gonna be? That's fun. You just get punched a bomb into your face. That's great. It's great cinematic. Oh no! Wake up super by PsicRogelio. We're down to literally one interaction, and that interaction goes to PsicRogelio, and PsicRogelio will win that set, and we'll move on into the winner side of top 8. So our winners semifinals for top 8 have been set.
Pounding you people into dust always makes me feel better.
And the rev system isn't terrible or anything, but no. We have Rock and we have B.Jenet, so
again, it's Poetry Chef and GeekMask with the Rock Howard. So this is actually going to be kind of a good match to me because they're kind of both play that rush down style with fire with projectiles. So it's gonna see how it kind of goes. And speaking of rush, oh my god, GeekMask is going nuts, going really fast here. Wow, nice confirms again by GeekMask, but nice little counter back by Poetry Chef to get out of that corner and get the confirm off of his own.
I don't know for sure. Nice neutral jump there, sort of to not be where GeekMask wanted you to be. Okay, there we go, using the rev to put a stop. Woo, that timing, Poetry Chef.
Oh my god, just keeps going with the combo. How many hits are we on? 17. Oh, the nice bait on the super by Poetry Chef. Get GeekMask to spend it. Blocks and properly punches to get that round.
I love my punches proper. All right.
Proper. Okay.
Poetry Chef, taking a few projectiles. There we go. There's some JDs right there. But took the throw and then the command throw too.
I'm sorry, I just heard B.Jenet go, "No, I'm mad."
Yeah, I know, right?
It sounded like, what? That's your mad voice? That's your angry voice? Well, you know what? If that's angry, that's still scary because we're going into the corner. Oh my god, are we there yet on the combos? We're already at 25 hits. and all that damage output on GeekMask. It is not looking good for him, but uses the super, and now we're down to one interaction left here. And what's going to happen here is PsicRogelio going to be able to close it out. He will, and closes it out, get that first game.
You know, though, you gotta appreciate GeekMask trying to go in with that command throw, though. Like, if that would not have whiffed, that would have been obviously the turnaround there, but...
It was just, I'm sorry, I'm still going off of like, no, I'm mad. It's like,
It was like we had just finished talking, too, so it was a very perfect moment there.
it's not like we got scolded by anybody or anything. But anyway.
Not yet. There's still time. All right, there's some projectiles to the face there.
I mean, it is us two on commentary. We're bound to get in trouble.
Yeah, let's not be. All right, GeekMask broke Poetry's defense first. Nice rollout, though, from Poetry Chef. Not close.
Oh.
Close punch.
Close light punch for your days right there. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was punishable on the special move on the block, but nice confirm again by Poetry Chef. Poetry Chef should be able to close this out. Oh, no. Wow. Down to one whole pixel. And now is an overheat. Wrong time to do the taunt.
Oh my gosh. Took the fireballs to the face because of the taunt, but... I'm sorry. That might be my favorite moment of the night right there.
Yeah. Definitely mine. Somebody clipped that, by the way, in chat. But... we're going back into it. Poetry Chef now is on set point. Let's see if GeekMask is able to answer and extend this match. But that neutral jump confirmed by Poetry Chef. Oh, GeekMask is still in SPG. Very little. Oh, not in SPG anymore.
Okay. See, how long will this combo go? There's still some SPG there from Poetry Chef. Once again, tried to run up and command throw, but Poetry Chef jumped and basically ruined the whole thing.
You're sailing the seas looking
Very nice one.
I mean, not for Poetry Chef, absolutely.
As we're waiting, as we're jumping, as we're at the zoo.
Yes, the zoo! Woo! Jay's like, yep, no. Close light punch. Confirm into a full combo.
Oh. Whiff throw again by Jay, and he pays for it with the bare knuckle. And another whiff throw on the neutral jump, and my god, Clon is just taking full advantage right now. Even though Clon is in the corner, was able to get the close heavy punch to close it out, and now Clon gets that first round and could take a commanding lead if he gets this next round.
Oh, Clon just knocked him right out of the air, right at round start. Dang. And that's a full combo right there. Oh, jeez.
Oh my. I guess they don't
do it again. It whiffed that time, though.
There's some defense right there, but dropped it on the counter hit with nice wild punish though by Jay. Goes into a little bit of red bar combo, keeping him in the air, using the break system to extend these combos. Goes in to the big cinematic to get out of overheat as well.
Oh yeah, no, it's very useful for that reason, as well as you see how much of the life bar he managed to like make vanish. So, whoa, Clon.
I gotta check Clon's hands. My god, he put that input so quickly in the middle of those frames to get that special out, and was able to close out that round and get that first game. Now, so Clon is trying to get in there with the rev blow and extend the combos, going for it. Oh my god. This is like me watching Goichi and Combo Breaker with Marco just going nuts on offense. Seeing Clon do this is just crazy. But here comes Jay answering back.
Nope. Jay's getting some doing some work there. Taking advantage of being in the corner. Oh no. Clon tried to cross up, but it just did not work out for him that time.
Oh, nice little anti-air interaction there by Jay. Jay should be able to close it out with the super, spending one bar. And we are,
Round.
he gets up here in this first round of the second game. See if he can continue this momentum.
Ooh. No, Clon tried to rev in, and Jay was able to put us, you know, do a faster move, basically,
Yeah.
knock him out of it.
Yeah, to non-factor, that is the unk check, by the way. Yeah, I know you don't like that. As we're kind of going in there, I said unk check, and Clon was like, I'm not having it. But here comes Jay trying to come back. Oh, there, Jay gets the break to go in, to extend the combo, goes into the bigger bread and butter. Gets to spend another level 1, gets it down to 1 pixel, even though it's an overheat, but baits out the wake-up super, and Jay is able to get that jump in and close out that round, and now we're tied.
Ready. Fight.
No. Ooh, there we go. Let's start with some rev. And nice throw break there from... Okay. More rev.
More revs.
Pushing
Just
to the corner.
There's more revs. Keep going in there. Oh, little jab, but no full confirm or anything into an opening into a combo. Oh, and the rev blow again for a punish. And here comes Clon, like kind of going in. Gets, oh no, Jay gets the air throw to stop that momentum a little bit. Gives him some breathing room. A nice teleport out.
No, we're now currently got overheat here on Clon's side. But it did not matter. You just needed a couple more hits to take out Jay.
2. Get ready.
Well, Clon is on set point, and yeah, I didn't notice non-factor. I didn't think that Clon would go balls to the wall at times. Jeez.
I knew it. I've seen him play before.
I didn't think it's like this. Oh my God, look at those
Whoa!
just defense. Oh my God, just going into it right there. Oh, and goes into the big cinematic here. Don't believe this is going to kill.
That was so many just defense, but the best part is that like 85-93% overheat gone. Clon is on a...
Clon
as
is
if
on
none
a
of that
mi-
ever happened. Yep.
He wants a share of the $64.75 that's currently in the match RINO pot. That is why he's playing there. And he will be moving on, and
Well, first of all, I coming from Street Fighter, I really feel like Kain is what happens when you do the fusion dance between JP and Guile. This is an extremely destructive character with so much utility. But the B.Jenet players have been eating very well, and we're being treated very well with this tip skin for the character.
That's one of my favorite things to do in this game when you're casting it, is play what's that colorway to try to figure out what the references to. But right now, you gotta find some reference on defense. Mr. Bwabande kind of gelled right now. Gotta protect his guard in overheat very early here.
This is certainly going to be a very easy first round for Cass Kenneth. One of those types of rounds where you just run over your opponent, and we don't know if that passivity from Bwabande was due to being outplayed or a little bit of that download Ethernet kicking in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned Kain also being just like this weird mix of almost JP and Guile together. The tough part about that is he has like the traps like JD has, so he's able just to attack your guard and your gauge so well. But finally, Mr. Bwabande coming back to life as we get back to neutral here.
And I really like the slow walk forward from Mr. Bwabande to try to not only bait out any reversal from behind, but also just get a little bit more of that real estate. But we don't need it because B.Jenet can fly all over so many legs. That's the Aura Super right there. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, and the funny part about Jenet as well is like just so much like damage you wouldn't expect, just easily pulling off 60% damage with just an ignition gear. But speaking of damage, this is Cascanis with the new optimal route after this patch right here. One more mix-up away, and they're going to find it with the cross-up, but not going to finish the combo.
Yeah, both of our fighters so close to being overheated. Cascanis hits the max out. So I almost want to say burn. Oh, finds the hit for Bwabande. And we're going to go ahead and use that super and get it in. Bwabande narrowly taking that round. I love it. I love it, non-factor.
Yeah, that's one thing about this game as well, is you were just kind of one whiff punish away from kind of just taking over a round right there, as we saw from Mr. Bwabande. But Kenneth off to another rapid start here. He's looked for the cross-up mix with the rondos this far, but so far just trying to jail Bwabande here.
And especially, oh wow, that hit actually took Bwabande out of SPG. This is the story I love about Supergrenas. What we do our SPG and where do we put it? And Kenneth and Bwabande both put it in the opening moments because they both want to start hot and start heavy.
Kenneth coming up to the hotter start though, but Bwabande not quite out of it yet. But you gotta watch out for the wake up ignition gear to break up the monotony. Kenneth striking blood first. A reminder is gonna be first to 2 until we hit all of our finals. So just one more game away from punching their ticket over to winners finals.
Which is a very privileged position. Winners finals is absolutely a great place to be in. You know, winners is in the name, but also you're guaranteed 4th place.
Point match RINO as the action turns up here. See another rondo on screen. They're just gonna go ahead and let the rev blow rip. Trying to catch a frame trap situation.
Yeah, but Bwabande still presses in. We're going to go ahead and take Kenneth out of the SPG here. You're going to need one more dash, claiming that corner, and Kenneth, great flash kick.
I gotta watch out for the wake up there. It is such a good tool for Kain, even just as a combo starter with the flash kick break in that situation. And with this life lead, I suspect you're gonna go back to zoning, but Bwabande getting in though.
Yeah, that really slow aerial dive in. Kenneth though slams the super in. We're going to go ahead and put ourselves in match point and set point.
Yeah, but Bwabande's just gonna probably have to just try to close this distance as much as possible. It's kind of been Kenneth like in full command of this neutral this far, as going over the top. Bwabande finally opening up their offensive options. Big time flash kick there. Kenneth picking it right back up. There's the rondo setup, looking for the cross up again. This time, no combo drop. Does have the ignition gear. We're gonna spend it early to get the extension. One more guess. It's all it's gonna take for Bwabande here.
Understood perfectly. Bwabande though, still fighting pretty hard. Got the corner again. Backs up, waiting for something big. Stands right in front of Kenneth's face and breaks the throw. We're gonna maintain that corner, but Kenneth is gonna maintain the life lead and maintain their spot in the victory in the winner's side, as they'll be moving on to winners finals.
Yeah, just such a clutch little short hop there for Kenneth to find that hit and close things out with. I always talk about Supergrenas as the lone Preecha main. She was kind of the beta darling when the beta first came out, and then some changes happened during full release, and he's kind of the lone Preecha warrior at this point.
The thing about Preecha is it's definitely a character that's underplayed, but we are still finding really cool stuff, especially using a lot of her specials for frame kills. And we've seen interactions where Preecha's specials get around Billy Kane's setups.
Yeah, there was one moment I think we were talking about in DMs before where there was a Preecha rev blow that snuck underneath a B.Jenet rev blow and like countered it. It was a very weird situation in which you think that she was supposed to lose, but this character continues to put people in a loop. And speaking of being in a loop right now, PsicRogelio having to fight their way back. Big time counter hit, getting back to neutral now.
Out of the SPG range, but that whole rev blow exchange really speaks to that little bit of that charming jank that City of the Wolves has, and that's not a negative. Sometimes the fighting game can be too polished and too refined. You need a little bit of that. There seems to be some really pretty offense from Billy Kane. It's just Supergrenas and gets the side screen.
One more hit, enough to close it out. They're going to go right over the top, shallow hop jump in. Supergrenas going back to the well of their old tricks. As you pointed out, that JD to get the space and kind of nullified the air-to-air in that situation. Kind of took Supergrenas over the top in that round. So still minding their P's and Q's on defense, even with the anti-air.
Just the rev blow is a versus situation.
Yeah, PsicRogelio's definitely, he's known to not hold that pressure. He's going to bust out any chance that he get. Spent a lot of meter, but still has a commanding lead right now. Supergrenas kind of worse for the wear, but just mashing it out is going to work out. Straight to the Rekka series, has 2 bars of super. I suspect an ignition gear.
Oh, big puncher. That was mathematical. Jump back to avoid the bullet. Slams the anti-air, gets the round. Now let's go ahead and look at the 2 bars right now. Slight meter advantage for Supergrenas, so it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, another thing as well with the meters is Supergrenas always puts that SPG out front. If you know anything about Supergrenas, if you've seen them before, when they have just the smallest life lead possible, they're going to let that rev blow fly. Right now, not going to have to need it. See if they take down PsicRogelio. Should be almost a 50% punish with the ignition gear cash out. Yes, sir.
Oh man, in the proper situation, but now she's just maintaining the pressure.
Get off me!
Yeah, just little getting in little by little with the Rekka series, and as it was called, that rev blow from Supergrenas and Preecha is just so elusive. It always comes out when you least suspect it to break up these strings, and Supergrenas looking true to form, just one game away from that winner's final appearance.
Not to mention that rev blow clears so much distance. They really consider this rev blow.
As you see again right there, just breaking up the strings, and it's a lot of corner carry with that distance that you mentioned, and here comes Supergrenas again, just kind of abusing that Preecha Rekka series. We've seen him drop it a couple times for frame kills and save jump setups, but this time he's taking the damage.
Oh, another! We're just
It's like a Mike Tyson prize fight. You know that right hook is coming at some point, and when it hits, boy, does it land.
Get ready. Fight. SPG. Get off me.
Run, dash up throw, so gutsy from Supergrenas.
Yeah, Supergrenas definitely playing with house money in this situation. We see him go for the throw again, and you know what's going to cover their tracks is another rev blow right with the Doctor Order, but PsicRogelio will not be denied. Finally waking up with his options, using the ignition gear to get some space here, and another 2B conversion for the knockdown.
And let's go ahead and have this as much as possible. One combo, PsicRogelio never got to touch that gold bar.
Gotta be wary on defense now, just one conversion away, trying to answer back with that 2B, dashing inward to take some space, but Supergrenas is known to turn it on, but they're gonna turn it on with the JD straight into the ignition gear, not enough to kill, but it's business decision time for PsicRogelio.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we make decisions. We're gonna be put to pasture and put out of business. Sign is closed right now for PsicRogelio. Supergrenas, great 2-0.
Yeah, Supergrenas just continues to show off their defensive prowess, even when they don't need to. Blocking that ignition gear might have been just enough to look for a punish, but they want to show you they got those JDs on point.
Had the losers run of their lifetime, and it really feels like the general player base is starting to get turned on to this character. Wow, I could have used a better phrase.
I was gonna make a joke, but I was like, I'll let you carry away that one right now. But we'll see if Poetry Chef can turn on their offense quick enough to get around the Kain of Billy Kain here. It's a character that, you know, did get hit pretty hard in the patch notes, but the thing about character specialists is they're always gonna find a way. So these Billy mains have been making it work.
Oh, Poetry Chef with the counter, sending Zintai all the way to the corner, but Billy Kain, just his mobility is so crazy. You would think that the guy with the long range weapon would be a bit of a stickler in the close range, but nope, he could move, he could dance, and well, in this case, he got hit with a big button.
Yeah, that's one thing about Billy Kain for being a dash character instead of a run. That dash just seems like it goes so fast, and they're able to sneak in their 2Bs and their 2As so well to get the party started. And speaking of getting the party started, that big time cross up is not going to be the opening that Poetry Chef was looking for. Barely inside of SPG as Zintai tries to chip him down a bit.
And Zintai is in overheat range. Will Poetry Chef... Oh, nope. Now they're both overheated. Zintai can recover first. These small pokes... Waiting for something big committal. Cross up for Poetry Chef, and Zintai eats the floor.
Oh, and going off the Heezy with it for a little B&B to close it out. The timer was getting close. The overheat was high. Poetry Chef able to force the scramble there and come out on top.
Oh, but stops opening. Big button from Poetry Chef. We're seeing these stand heavy punches as a quasi-zoning tool for them. Oh, gets them out of the air.
Yeah, the anti-airs have been on point, just not able to convert into too much there. Zintai is still holding on to the small life lead. Making a couple throws there. And there's another 2B conversion, but they're not going to finish their meal. Poetry Chef catching the landing frames. This is a big-time punish. We might see the hidden gear extension here.
Oh, not quite yet. We're going to hold on to that meter just a little bit. We were having a little bit of insurance. Poetry Chef went for the throw, but then the jump back from Zintai allows them to turn the tables with the side switch.
Yeah, funny enough, for Billy Kain being a zoner, right next to him is not where you want to be. Some of the better shorter buttons in the game, but Poetry Chef trying to chase down, but that ignition gear from Billy Kain covering all angles once again.
Not to mention it was a great use of the dodge, of the get-up roll from Zintai. Dodge roll, super to get a unprepared Poetry Chef, giving them the round. Now we have a Poetry Chef with almost 2 bars of super to the name, so we can probably still see that hidden gear extension that you talked about earlier.
Yeah, they're just turning chips into chunks here as well, just getting a couple of throws and slowly walking Zintai down to the corner. In a bad spot here. Great little parry counter. Spiked out of the air though. Zintai finally coming alive here. Has some ignition gear of their own if they choose to spend for the damage.
Oh, we really got to talk about how dangerous area approaches are, because one anti-air from Zintai led to all of that damage. Half of their life gone, and the SPG finally takes some pressure off of Poetry Chef.
Finally getting the space they want and jumping right back in. It's going to be a full combo extension. Might just need the ignition gear to close this bad boy out. We've seen 60% get erased immediately, and we're going to see it again. Poetry Chef turning the tides and taking the first game.
I gotta say, that match was poetry in motion.
Gotta write that one down for later. Gotta write that one
Wait,
down
what?
for later.
Wait, time out. No one has thought about that. No one has said poetry in motion. I was ready for you to go, come on, Cap. That's like the 20th time someone said it.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen Poetry Chef over on the Breakout series, so you christened us with the poetry emotion right there. That one's gonna live in the accolades forever.
Yo, shout out to the Hardy Boys.
Alright, let's get back into it. Zintai just jockeying for position here. Poetry Chef slowly giving up the space right here, trying to hop in and out and force a whiff of some situation. They're gonna walk right in and get the counter hit though.
And did you see how Zintai was trying to maintain range too? Because it was a lot more of a long-range ability, what we think would be playing, but now Poetry Chef forcing more of a close-range brawl, a knife fight in a phone booth, so to speak.
Exactly where we want to be. Billy Kain does not want to be against the corner. Seeing what we've seen from B.Jenet before, this should be enough to close out the round right here. Continuing to pump out the punishment. Poetry Chef, blink and you miss it. One round away from moving on.
That round was literally sealed with a kiss.
Bars. All right.
Double dash from Zintai. Poetry Chef's going to have to hold that pressure. Things are going to be a little bit different for Poetry once we get into the SPG range, where Zintai is holding on to great jumping from Poetry.
Going over the top slightly there, not going to be enough to take Zintai out of SPG quite yet, but once again in the corners, they go over the top again.
And you can see what happens. Zintai wanted to dash out just to avoid the corner, but ate a jumping right for the trouble.
Yeah, now this massive damage coming in again. We're even going to spend the ignition gear on top. About 65-70% down. Poetry Chef just one mix-up away from closing it out. And they're going to go ahead and whiff the incoming attack for a throw. Poetry and Chef, as you stated, Poetry in motion 2-0 to close it out.
This is definitely Poetry Chef's round to win. This.
All right, loading in. This one with tournament life on the line. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Put up with the jump in early, not able to go ahead and confirm it or anything. JD showing early from Kotir.
Clone with a very aggressive start. Kevin not really privileged with really good normals. Oh my god! Clone, okay. Party has started right now.
And that's another one of those red blows that we were mentioning with Preecha that just covers so much distance, able to kind of jump scare you, but now in overheat, just continuing to put the pedal to the metal, coming in with the power dunk, but this time getting punished for it.
Can Clone hold on to the SPG range, or at least hold on to the round? Knockdown from Terry, and finally, a wild super from Kotir goes for the roll, but Clone was ready.
Yeah, that roll is such a hard call because if you just mash out a 2A or 2B, if you like a 4-framer is enough to beat it there. So great awareness from Clone right there. And so far from Clone, what we're seeing is they have like no regard for their meter. They're continuing to push in even inside of overheat. When they're getting punished, they dust it off and come right back for more.
Yeah, we were over 80% 10 seconds into the round. Clone is just trying to say, oh wow, great dodge hit from Clone. This is just an aggressive Terry. I've never seen this aggro Terry of a Bogart. Wow, syntax.
Yeah, hard for your opponents to play defense when they don't have time to think, though. Right now, Kotir putting on display the damage from Kevin. Just needs one more hit, but mashing out the 5A Clon. Continue to show these lights are enough to just kind of throw Kevin off kilter, up 1-0.
It really feels like Clone is understanding that the longer that Kevin stays in this game, the more likely he can steal the round. So just hit him hard, hit him fast, and hit him so he doesn't get up. So even when he does mount his comeback, the life lead is so huge, he can't really do much.
Yeah, and thus far, it's been almost a flawless game plan right now. I mean, even off of the just defense, Clone just keeps on jumping in for more. Kotir fishing for a whip punch in that situation, but no one home. So
oh, no! That's going to be a big counter hit. We could already get him dead.
The ignition gear enough to close it out. Kotir striking back with advantage, meeting fire with fire.
Yo, that kick super is one of the most utility-based supers out there. Does great damage and puts you in optimal position to really pile on the hurt.
Speaking of piling on the hurt, it's a big opening from Kotir right there. Not enough to take Clon out of SPG, but Farsi going to be just what the doctor orders. We're over 50% down early here.
Oh, for the frame kill, wanted to cross up Terry. And now this is what Clone is really scared of. You're letting Kevin run wild, and that's what you get for your trouble.
Unfortunate part for Kotir though, almost 50% down in overheat. It's looking all Clone right now. A counter hit's gonna go directly into the power geyser. One more guess, it's all it's gonna take here.
You can see Clone with the jump back, trying to catch some sort of wild move. Reversal super. Kotir had to spend so many resources to put Clone down, but hey, it got him the game. We're tied 1-1.
Yeah, not sure if it was a match or if it was timing, but able to find the gap in the string. Kotir mining their P's and Q's on defense and using their resources, like you said, pretty frugally, or not frugally, excuse me, pretty excessively, but it ended up working out for him as a big time whiff punish is going to land, but no conversion off of it.
Okay, jump back, try to make sure Clone whiffs air. And now Kotir stuck in the corner, but with the wild punish, we're going to go ahead and make some real estate and damage happen at the same time.
And that Farsi keeps on working out for Kotir, but Clon, just like a rabid dog, continues to wake up even inside of overheat, continuing to look for the power dunks. Going to convert off of the 5A there in the corner. You go big time meaty buttons, and the high dodge attack showing his face again directly into the power geyser.
That's the second time that set that the high dodge has helped Clone in this situation. It's 2 punches slamming in, and now it's Kotir that is looking to have their tournament life extinguished with Clone in the lead.
Yeah, surprisingly with Clone, even inside of overheat, like they're turning their offensive options into defensive options, as we saw with that high dodge attack and other resources, the meaty buttons. But a Farsi coming in this time, we're gonna go over the top. Kotir finds the opening, but not able to finish the food on their plate.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no time to really finish your meal, and if Kotir does not, lock in and be a good little boy and finish their food, they're gonna be taken out in the takeout box.
Right now, Clone once again just putting themselves in an overheat, but just mashing out the 5A once again. Kotir says right back at you with the 2A, and then he's been dropping their strings, and that's kind of been the tail of the tape for them thus far, is just not able to finish and get these maximum punishes.
Yeah, you really see it. I absolutely agree on that. The Kotir's having great success with a jump in or a Farsi, but they just can't capitalize. And with as aggressive Clone is playing, you gotta take all the damage you can.
We saw right there, got the guard crush, but still not able to close it out. They tried the jump in, but the power dunk break is going to be enough to Clone to finish it out. I cannot believe that, just not paying attention to your meter and just going full throttle worked out in the long run, but Clone moving on.
You can't just rip the button when as soon as you feel like it. You have to get pause or change the timing just a little bit to avoid it. PsicRogelio off to an easy start.
Yeah, just getting those lights in, not too much damage, but we've seen Poetry stuff in this situation before, like we were talking about, just kind of gives up space. This time it is going to be turning to the Fireball, though, to try to get some space against PsicRogelio, but cashing out that wild punish is going to go ahead and work out for him. Not enough to take Poetry stuff out of SPG, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah, and PsicRogelio already using half of their rev gauge, but already damaging half of Poetry stuff. Like wild punch to allow them to pick it up. We don't have enough for a super meter, but we'll be burning ourselves out for the completion of this combo. Not quite.
Yeah, smart to drop it there. Look for kind of a reset with the overhead in that situation to combo off of it. But Rogelio with the massive life lead right now, just kind of playing the backdash game, fishing away with their jump C's and different options like that. And Poetry Chef kind of has an uphill climb.
Yeah, Rogelio eats the cross-up. That is one thing that Preecha Chef has been doing a lot of, cross-up light. It's working pretty well for them.
Yeah, just trying to turn chips into chunks there, but not able enough to put enough on the board as Rogelio just kind of sitting pretty that entire round once they got the life lead. So Poetry Chef for the first time might have to push the pace here, but PsicRogelio going to find themselves out to an early lead again.
God, I love the little screen flash when Wild Punish happens. It just makes you know that you landed something good. And it happened again!
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of landing something good, we're going to see it again. The high dodge showing up for PsicRogelio. He turns to the Scrooge McDuck, the pogo stick twice in a row. Able to close out the first game. I mean, pretty handedly there.
Billy Kane won in his mansion tonight.
That's a reference for all the unks out there, the unks and the aunties out there.
Round 1.
Thank you.
Ready.
Dude, did you know that they sampled that song in the DuckTales reboot?
Yeah, bro. There's like so many different hidden things they put in these like modern Disney Channel remakes or shows now that reference older stuff. And every single time it happens, it's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I'll sit up and point at the TV.
Alright, so go. Eating this combo, Poetry Chef making some great real estate. That's the thing about B.Jenet. Her corner carry is absolutely insane thanks to the Harrier and her aerial moves.
Yeah, just a lot of juggles in the air. It's almost Marvel-like at some point, but she's going to be taking a trip in the air with that wake-up ignition gift from PsicRogelio. That's one of the options we talked about with Billy Kain defensively that they can kind of use to cover all angles.
Rogelio, that that Rev Blow really put him in the overheat range. This is time for Poetry Chef to really make the comeback, but they got to be really careful on the gauge of their own.
Not able to chase the roll there, and 2B, the GOAT button, keeps on showing up for Billy Kain, even post-nerfs, enough to go ahead and take the round. PsicRogelio 1 round away from moving on and losers.
Yeah, there was a 2B from there and not 2B from Poetry Chef, but who's going to win? That is the question.
Trying to poke away with the stick here. Playing a good range this far. They continue to get themselves out to even just a small lead against Poetry Chef, and they've been cashing out their ignition gears early as well just to make sure they double down on that lead to start playing this distance game.
Yeah, it really looks like Wild Punish jumps. Rogelio.
Be enough to close it out here. No ignition gear on deck. Business decision time for Poetry Chef. This time gonna JD the anti-air attempt and a big time counter hit. Could be the opening that Poetry Chef needs here.
Yeah, it really feels like Poetry Chef is always fighting on the back foot. We get these great openings, but it's only when they have 1/8 of their life left to play with.
Trying to make the comeback with a wake-up ignition gear. We mentioned it time and time again. That level 1 so good for Billy Kain, and it's just good enough to put PsicRogelio over the top. A 2-0 victory over Poetry Chef, and they were looking pretty solid there, Captain.
I agree. PsicRogelio is deliberately supplé. Like, please, chat, correct me. And we got the teal B.Jenet versus the classic Ash Ketchum-ish colors of Terry Boy.
Yeah, well, Clone heard how much we liked it, so we decided to do us a favor here. And speaking of my favorites, this is like one of my favorite stages. I know a lot of players don't like how much of a distraction it is in the background, but just the moving background with the references in it and everything. There's even a Duck King reference when his ducks are walking across the floor and everything. This is the kind of stuff that I love. As not an older individual, but I respect the old days.
No, you must have loved that Ken Pool stage on Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, it's just A, B, and C, different cameos like an Avengers movie. And right now, getting smacked like Captain America against Iron Man. Here comes Mr. Bwabande on the attack right now, putting Clon in a world of hurt. Big time ignition gear. It's one hit for both players right now.
Not exactly stars and stripes, but Clone is going to be seeing stars after that one as Bwabande puts a star on the board.
Like Tomadoc said right now, it's not Jeanette, it's Jeanette, the same way Target turns into Tarjay when you want to be
Tarjay! You know what? Back then, when B.Jenet was rare, you could put a little class on that name. But now that she's getting, I don't want to say overexposed, in the limelight, we're going to be nerfing the French connection.
There we go. Right now, Clon, though, just making the most out of Terry's buffs. Massive life lead right now in this round. Little feint combo there and a big-time 5-knuckle shuffle to close it out for Clon. 1 round apiece.
Yeah, Bwabande did not see that one.
Writing it down for later. That's one of the things I was looking forward to when I saw Captain Nerf on the battle. I'm just like, I'm going to get some bars here. I'm going to get, not necessarily puns, but I'm going to get some wit.
Mr. Bwabande flying in and imposing their will. And Clon, I like the patience of the shuffling backwards and gets the cross up with the power laser.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of magic happen with just this pro C consistently. These meaty buttons are kind of just throwing Mr. Bwabande off kilter. Stuck in the corner now. Big time counter hit. Not able to go ahead and combo off it, but we're going to find that cross up they've been looking for this entire tournament once again.
Yeah, we're really fighting ourselves into this left corner. And the thing about it is, 2 just defense. Can't really do anything. No special from Clone. Jump back heavy kick. Excellent. What a better button.
Weird situation there. Got caught with the fireball to start up with the power geyser. It's going to end up working out for Mr. Bwabande. He's taking a 1-game lead right there. Looked like the startup wasn't fast enough from the power geyser from Clone. Not gonna work out
And we
that way.
can really see Clone is enforcing more of a brawler Terry. We're just walking in, just hitting these big, heavy C buttons.
Yeah, continuing to throw the meaties just off kilter, try to test the just defense, but you can't test the anti-airs of Mr. Bwabande. The high dodge attack gonna work out of SPG now for Clone.
Yeah, Mr. Bwabande, so Mr. Smooth.
Jumping in, looking for some more. They're staggering their pressure. One more combo is all they're gonna need. Trading fireballs here and kind of just taking the back foot.
Clon running in, those big, heavy 5 knuckles as those non-factor says crack shoot catches there, no real conversion. And Mr. Bwabande really just toying with Clone, just making sure to see if Clone does anything big and dumb. Eats a crack shoot for trouble.
Yeah, gotta be careful now when you're in overheat. That meaty C just keeps on landing for Clone here. No more super, but with all this rev meter available, they look for the counter. No one's home on that one. They get caught with the power wave.
Yeah, real Kevin McAllister moment right there. Clone with the power geyser. And Bwabande going for the high risk move, scores a little bit of hits. But I believe Clone's gonna seal it.
Yeah, just going over the top with it. Simple and clean there. 1 round up. Now, one thing we noticed from Clon here, buff that Terry got in these patch notes, when they do throw out that rev power wave, they're able to follow it just a little bit quicker. There's less recovery after the fireball is thrown, so they're able to chase it almost, I know we've been referencing it, but almost a la Street Fighter 6 with the drive rush behind a fireball.
Well, yeah, it's really funny in a fighting game. You want a slow fireball. The slow fireball, the better, because you could run behind and use it for positioning. But the position for Clone right now is a bad position as they're stuck in the corner as they get the many, many legs of B.Jenet.
And losing their SPG as well. Now in overheat, this could be the opening that Mr. Bwabande needs. They do have the rev gear. Or excuse me, yeah, I'm losing words. Ignition gear.
Oh, I like using the shoulder. Using the shoulder just makes some space. Clone just bullies their way in for the super.
And so nice, we'll show it twice. The crack shoot working out. Stole their turn right back with the ignition gear. Clone tying things up 1 game apiece. That was such a ballsy call, Captain, but it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, we're really just seeing that Clone has been doing their crack shoots unchallenged, and in addition to this brawling close C's and far C's, they really found their groove. Oh my god, power dunk with the rev break, and already 1/4 of Bwabande's life is out of here.
And they're trying to take advantage of all the SPG they got there. That's the second rev blow we see land for them, trying to take Clone out of SPG. Might have been looking for the cross up, but Clone's going to do them a favor once again of putting themselves into overheat, but this hasn't been kind of an obstacle for them at all to spend their meter in this tournament.
Oh my god, that counter hit, crack shoots doing some big damage for Clone. And Bwabande gonna go ahead and enforce their will, still staying in range 0. And we have to spend a super just to stall the rev.
Oh, but we're just going to go ahead and mash out the 2A for Clone once again. And finishing it off with the power geyser. 1 round away, set point now for Clone.
Yeah, this is going to be Bwabande's time in the tournament is coming to an end if Clone keeps having their way. Clone has been playing hyper aggressive. It really feels like the more you hit this player, the harder they run at you.
Yeah, it's like a good running back. They get stronger as the game goes on here. A fadeaway jump back D. Gonna land for Clone, but Mr. Bwabande is continuing to find these counter hits and keep things off with the red blow for the hard knockdown. Clone says no as they wake up with the power dunk.
Yeah, power dunk, boom shakalaka, but it's Mr. Bwabande making sure that they're on fire because they're really overheating at the moment.
Gotta look for the overhead there, but these power dunks continue to land for Clone. No super on deck, and they're in overheat now, but they're gonna keep on putting this relentless pressure, coming in with the crack shoots, this time getting caught off the landing frames of the power dunk. Final game, final round coming up.
Final game, final round, their final time to play. Will this be the final fight?
See how this one plays out. This time Clone just kind of playing on the back foot. Look for the revved up power wave there. Oh my goodness, they're sharing a brain cell. 2 rev blows coming out at the exact same time. Clone coming out on top, not spinning the ignition gear. Mr. Bwabande still inside SPG.
And oh my god, they do it again. Crack shoot the power gazer. This Clone is very crafty.
They're coming in, mixing up all their options. We see him going with the overheads there to get over the throw. Trying to go over the top once again. This time Mr. Bwabande jumping for the neutral. Not able to go ahead and pick up the combo. We're going to get back to neutral either way. Just defend coming in to keep themselves alive.
And right there, Clone just made sure to punch their way through Bwabande's defense. And Clone moving into loser semifinals in this high-octane match. The train wasn't the only thing that was running away in this game.
4 alone to get my burger. And Ash, we're gonna go to Disneyland when we go down to Risk in November. Get your tickets. And right now, get your tickets to the action. Enough yapping. We're gonna get underway with winners finals. Gonna be Supergrenas and Cass Kenneth. Supergrenas starting out to an explosive opening.
You gotta take an explosive opening. You don't want to have any distance between you and Kain because that's not a very kind situation.
Yeah, we talked about it before. That's kind of the win condition right now for Preecha, is just to try to avoid these traps the best you can. Right there, getting caught with the cross-up, not getting the full brunt of the offense, but turning chips into chunks as Cass Kenneth little by little.
Yeah, really though, Cass Kenneth, what they really want is a knockdown because Kain's OP situation is brutal, efficient, and frustrating.
All right, now, speaking of being frustrated, it's got to be frustrating to be on defense and overheat with Kain. You can't really pull out that full bag of tricks, trying to go air to air there, busting out the ignition gear, but not dashing in for the punish to Supergrenas. In overheat as well, they have the ignition gear, should be enough to close it out. Supergrenas striking blood first.
Yeah, Supergrenas with this staggered offensive pressure, not really giving up too much to put themselves open, but still reminding themselves to, still reminding Cass Kenneth to start blocking and stay in the corner.
Yeah, it's all the food talk. You got Cass Iron in your mind, want some grilled chicken, but right now, grilling Supergrenas. Getting broken up though with the 2C. It's kind of the Supergrenas special. They sneak in that crouch C so well to open up their record combos, and right now, Cass Kenneth finding themselves in the corner.
Oh yeah, Supergrenas bringing the pain with the grills, or should I say the propane, and here come the propane accessories with that level 1 super.
As optimal as ever, Supergrenas able to cash out and close out rounds on a weekly basis, it seems, going up 1 game early, and they're kind of playing the game plan we talked about before the match down to a T.
I mean, really, when you are the king of the hill, there is no other equal for you.
Mm-hmm. What's the old saying? If you come for the king, you best not miss. And right now, Supergrenas is making sure they're missing a lot right now. A big-time guard cancel, breaking up the monotony there. Cass Kenneth kind of getting knocked off balance. Coming in with another counter hit. Supergrenas trying to get Cass Kenneth out of SPG, and they will.
And more importantly, into the corner. Cass Kenneth really likes having distance. Watch them, okay, holding position, and still, wow, bold choice to dash in, and Supergrenas with the cross-up button just to get him back into the corner.
And then another neutral jump, not able to pick it up, but we've seen Supergrenas with these life leads just lets the rev blows go, the anti-air into the Rekka series to close out the round, leaving no remorse. 1 round away from a 2-0 lead.
Get ready.
Yeah, what we're really seeing is the two of us, non-factor, we were anticipating watching the rev blow be more of a factor to impose distance, but no, Supergrenas has been so on point. Okay, I spoke too soon. Cass Kenneth finally letting a big combo, but what I'm really find interesting is Cass Kenneth just wants to fight at range 0. We're not trying to do the distance game.
Yeah, they're kind of like just kind of fish for that knockdown. You brought it up before. That might be the win condition to start setting up the traps. We've seen Supergrenas kind of jump out of a couple of them, but trying to get into a street fight, not be working out for Cass Kenneth, in the long run, as we see the meaty fireball set up and Supergrenas slowly walking him down to the corner.
Yeah, but Cass Kenneth has a little bit of that SPG. Oh man, big whip on the super, but no punch for Supergrenas. They were too busy walking back, so they were unable to capitalize on the situation. They are going to capitalize on the extra spacing, but the OD fireball gets the knockdown. No real fireballs. We're just going to go this au natural with punches and kicks.
Yeah, really they wanted to juggle there, but no one was home on that one in overheat now. And one thing about Preecha, she's able to break down that guard so well with these Rekka series. Trying to rev escape out of the back of that one. 2 full sticks of butter. They're not going to have a chance to spend it. Cass Kenneth making it work in overheat. 1 round apiece.
They really baked themselves a cake with that butter. Cass Kenneth jumps backwards. Are we going to be using it? The fireball. Okay, this is it. These OD fireballs is a new element of the equation, and we're not using the stationary fireballs for Oki. We're just going to put them behind our opponent. But still, Supergrenas with the Rekka series and putting them all the way to the left corner.
Almost 50% down, the flash kick to get out, and they're going to go air-to-air target combo, try to find a throw attempt from the side of Supergrenas with the neutral jump, but Supergrenas minding their P's and Q's, continuing to rev up this gauge, though.
Now, we really, I'm really finding interesting that is Supergrenas is still enforcing this full Rekka series, knowing full well that we have hyper defense on the table. It's a little bit more difficult, but the Rekka series has been very consistent with the timing, so I'm wondering if Cass Kenneth might consider that option.
Yeah, if you do the scouting of Supergrenas, sometimes they do drop that record series to kind of set up a frame kill or a jump. So guess Kenneth might be mining his P's and Q's a little too hard right now, though. Cashing out big time damage. They should go super into super to close out the round. Back to back, 1 game apiece now.
They mined their P's and Q's, but they certainly did not mind how that round came up. And they finally tie it up. And now this is winners finals. As Non-Factor said, it was originally 1st to 2, but now we're doing 1st to 3 because the word final is in that set.
Yeah, now 1 game apiece. It kind of turns into that hybrid 1st to 2 here. See how Supergrenas reacts to that one. I'm sure Kenneth definitely loves the chances they kind of found for themselves in that situation, casting out a lot of meter, but enough to go ahead and close out the entire thing. And they're going to try to immediately get into the grill of Supergrenas at round start.
But look at that. We're already 5 seconds in, and Kenneth is over 35% on the rev gauge, and Supergrenas is also that high, but they use that rev gauge for some increased damage of position. Kenneth, a little bit of that SPD, chases down Supergrenas. The rev blow leads to their undoing, and finally, Kenneth is getting some really oppressive pressure going.
Yeah, it's just a big swing and a miss from Supergrenas, and right now the Rondos keep showing up. They bait out a DP. This is going to spell absolute disaster for Supergrenas with the ignition gear on deck. Should be enough to close out the round. Kenneth changing the tide little by little here, Captain.
Yeah, you know, they say that all matches are created equally, but you look at Kenneth and Supergrenas, you can see that's not true because we have a 50% gauge of 50% increase in super gauge.
It'd be a good opening for Supergrenas if they land a hit, but there's the JDs you were talking about. You can't commit to the Ricocseries too much because of hyper defenses and guard cancels and things like that, so gotta be wary of those just defense coming from Kenneth.
Oh, now we see the classic Kain gameplay that we were anticipating. Air fireballs, stationary fireballs, but still Supergrenas found a way to just get Kenneth into the corner without even touching him until now. Record series uppercut. Oh my god. All of it! All of it!
Yeah, such a great call to go into the hidden gear there, not only for the damage, but to take away all that meter they built up on their rev gauge. They're going to be fighting with 0 on the board there, and Kenneth kind of in a world of hurt here. They're going to have to make a call if they want to win this round.
I don't know about cosign and tangent, but that's a really good sign for victory for Supergrenas.
Yes, sir. The old bread and butter coming in with the rev blow, sneaking underneath a lot of the nonsense Kain can throw on the screen here. 1 round apiece. At a certain point where we're dead even 1 game and 1 round apiece, this one might be the make or break for the entire set.
Yeah, we're really fighting for the 2-piece, the number 2 in the name. Rev blow knocks Kenneth to the corner. I'm really wondering why we've abandoned the more zoner type, because it was working pretty well for Kenneth until it stopped.
Yeah, just hunting for that knockdown. But speaking of knockdown, Supergrenas continues to put Kenneth in this blender, knockdown after knockdown, and putting an exclamation point on it with the perfect game, taking a close but commanding 2-1 lead now.
Okay, so if Preecha was using the blender, looking at that color, I'm thinking this is going to be the Power Greens mix over at the Jamba Juice. You know, a little bit of kale, a little bit of spinach, throw in some orange. Do you mess with the green smoothies? I don't.
You know, my doctor told me to drink a lot more of them, so I will take his advice. I am but a lowly man. The only time I turn green is when I'm dry brushing or I'm using a red blow in City League.
Or you're trying to be Blanca in real life. Oh my god, Supergrenas, humongous combo at the round start.
And this is kind of the conundrum here. You can't be a zoner if your back's against the wall and you don't have any space to get it going. Supergrenas picking up right where they left off in the corner here.
I disagree. You are a zoner. You're just in the danger zone here.
The wrong zone. Got to zone that one out. Got to hit up City Ordnance to get you out of the bad part of City of the Wolves here. But Supergrenas with a massive life lead just needs 1 more hit to close it out. The fireball gonna catch maybe a backdash from the side of Kenneth. They're 1 round away from a grand finals berth.
Yeah, Grenas using the fireball to really just impose it. It's so slow that you just have to consider it. But one thing I'm noticing with Grenas is the record series. One beautiful thing about it, it's really hard to drop as a combo.
Yeah, and they continue to go ahead and go into the spin cycle with it to keep themselves in kind of a safe position. Maybe trying to bait out something from the side of Kenneth. Either way, just the walking and blocking is going to work out for Supergrenas. Get him over to the corner, but now the size of switch and good old rev blow. Nothing beats that, right?
Oh yeah, nothing really beats that rev blow. Supergrenas is always maintaining, and Kenneth is doing a great job with the defense. Let's not lie, but you can only block for so long until Supergrenas lands a major hit like that. And with 1 round up, we're going to go ahead and do another hidden gear. I don't know math, non-factor, but this equation is definitely going to have Kenneth looking for an answer.
That's a big fat 0 on the health bar. Supergrenas punching their ticket over into Grand Finals once again. They might have to get a residence over in Grand Finals, man, because they're kind of living there in the Breakout series. All you folks at home, use that Match RINO command because there are codes to claim !Match RINO as we get directly into our losers semi-final match. It's going to be PsicRogelio and Clon, the Billy Kain, and the Terry. And we've seen from this Terry all night, they have one thing on their mind, and that's to force a bar fight.
Yeah, this is hyper aggro. Terry Bogard already looks like he's slamming a number of drinks back at the bar. And, wow! Just run up throw. Clon is making so much use of that run.
Yeah, continuing just to put in that pressure and taking advantage of the fact that Billy Kain doesn't have those great reversal options we talked about before. They kind of have to jump back C and find a straight hit right now. But Clon continuing to just put on this pressure. The far C continuing to feed families.
Okay, and PsicRogelio, rare time for them to use super for their combo because they usually use it for a reversal. And I would probably hold on to him when I find an aggressive opponent.
Trying to kill Clon as fast as possible, though, committing to the color guard there, the spin cycle. They're going to go in the ignition gear, going to be enough to close it out. Meeting fire with fire is PsicRogelio.
Oh man, I remember the color guard days. I never did it, but I watched a lot of color guard. I wonder what was easier to spin, the sword or the gun. But we're definitely gunning for some damage with Clon, landing an early super 5 seconds in the match, and we're looking to turn that SPG range right out.
And there's that close C again, turning it into a one-player game. The double power dunk. Rogelio not having a chance to really even play in that situation. Clon on an absolute warpath.
Oh my god, yeah, Clon, as they say in professional wrestling, is not getting paid by the hour. They want these matches done, and they want them done fast. And now, with 0-1, they're just halfway there to being in losers finals and fighting, potentially fighting Kenneth.
Yeah, they've done such a great job of mixing up their offensive options. There's the far C again, but we've seen a couple of FT jump lows and then close Cs, and then now introducing the overheads, fully putting Rogelio in this tough blender situation.
Oh, but the anti-air from PsicRogelio showing us the power of Billy Kain. He might have gotten nerfed right now, but it's going to be Terry hitting the nerf stick.
And this time just backing up, but they continue to throw out the revved up round wave and then just chase after it right there. Getting sniped out of the air by PsicRogelio. Full conversion into the teleport, right into the ignition gear. Big time damage, 50% down now for Clon.
Now both fighters over in the orange range still. PsicRogelio is one combo away from death, so they gotta really make every opening count. Don't fall to the BS that... Block! No, a wild punish. It looked like PsicRogelio went for a button and paid dearly. Set point going to Clon.
Yeah, and Clon just continues to steal these turns with that power. Guys are throwing down the Uno reverse card, saying it's my turn still. And another anti-air finding their home for Clon, still inside of SPG.
Back up. Good backup still. PsicRogelio still needs to get something started. And Clon overheated. This could be PsicRogelio's chance to get that round, especially we're so close to breaking guard.
Yeah, it seems like they dropped that combo on purpose just to look for the guard pressure. They found it, but wasn't able to make anything work with it. Clon looking for the fireball once again, but Rogelio just kind of returning the favor and being all over him right now.
Yes, PsicRogelio is doing a great job slowing the round down. Understood that Clon wanted to go for the run-up throw. Dodges in place and finds the spot. They're on the board. Can we tie this up, or are we going to see Clon make their way into the losers finals?
And it seems like Rogelio, the gears are turning. He's saying like, all right, if this is the kind of fight you want, this is the kind of fight you're going to get. Not giving Clon a chance to breathe here. We saw a couple of wake-up power dunk attempts this far, but massive life lead for Rogelio here.
Yeah, Clon is definitely the type to impose their offense and hit buttons, meaning they're going to be very well conditioned to be taking reversals, which is what PsicRogelio is counting on. Oh, backdash to get out of the way of the crack shoot. And that run light was their undoing. PsicRogelio read that like a book.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can run up and button before Rogelio is going to do something about it. Now showing the ignition gear on the table, but that might be the conditioning Clon is looking for here. Either way, one game apiece now. Any one set as they're facing a tournament elimination and a ticket to losers finals.
We're really seeing a more aggressive PsicRogelio, and now Clone, will they? Nope, no, they won't. They're just going to go for the far C. You can't see these.
Early inside of SPG now is Rogelio looking for the air red blow. No one home on that one, but a far D is going to go ahead and land for Clone here. We're going to walk down to the corner though. Gotta mind their rev gauge.
Oh my god, big burn knuckle from Clone. Now this is the time they gotta be really careful. Every time they ran into PsicRogelio with running, they just ran into something real nasty.
Yeah, and you saw a spin there from Rogelio just trying to get Clone out of SPG, coming right back in with the counter hit, gets the full conversion off of it, drops the combo. We're gonna pick it right back up, and things might be turning up Rogelio here. You have to watch out for the wake up super.
And you really gotta watch out for the rev gauge. Oh, yep, you called it non-factor. That power gazer has won Clone so many rounds just by stealing their turns, or in this case, just a glorified whip punish.
Yeah, even from long range, you saw them just willing to rip it out. The hurt box on that is pretty huge. It's easier to punish now, but man, it still comes out as fast as ever. And speaking of coming out as fast as ever, that 2B continues to find its home for PsicRogelio, just not having enough in the tank, though, to really make it hurt against Clone.
One thing I found interesting was PsicRogelio was going for a shimmy just to see if Clone would wake up and hit a button. But I really feel like if you got Clone on the back foot, you might as well just push your advantage, especially when you have the life lead. PsicRogelio with SPG goes for the red blow, but gets caught by the crack shoot, and with Clone going to the over-reliable power gazer.
Looking for the empty jump low again, though. The ignition, exactly what the doctor ordered. They turn to the power geyser. This time it is going to be blocked. We're going to a final game, a final round with tournament life on the line.
Both fighters emptied out their super gauge. It was literally super for super. And the predictable offensive Clone allows PsicRogelio to get some much needed real estate and damage. The Clone still in SPG range.
That high dodge attack, such a good call here, but we're going to get a guard cancel in the air there. Clone will not be denied. They continue to come in with the meaty buttons, building up an ignition gear, and PsicRogelio has to protect this SPG because you know those red blows are coming.
Yes, Clone making some needed space, being very careful of the crack shooter or random power geyser just defend from Clone, and unusual amount of restraint. I'm actually getting a little scared watching him go back and forth. Oh, drops the combo. What a weird hitbox situation.
Yeah, he gets caught with the landing frames as well, directly into the ignition gear. This should be enough to close it out. Clone, the relentless offense is continuing to pay off. They're punching their ticket over to lose. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and that's exactly what I think Clone has in mind here, is to get in and make it dirty real fast.
You really like quoting Mike Tyson.
That's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT. The greatest.
The greatest.
The greatest.
As long as you don't kill his pigeon.
Or kidnap his tiger, if you guys have seen The Hangover. But right now, it seems like Clone might have a hangover after all these damage. They're going to wake right up like nothing happened. Big time power dunk. We mentioned it before. They're not afraid to just bust out with these invincible wake up options.
And you could see, look at this interesting situation where Clone keeps running at their opponent while they're down. Even when you respect the run frames and waiting to bait, you're losing screen presence.
And right now, screen presence working out for the side of Kenneth in overheat, though. We saw them set up the rondos a couple of times to set up a mix-up. A Clone will not be denied when it comes to waking up, and this is kind of something you're not used to seeing. Clone just kind of going to projectiles instead.
Oh my god. A little bit of projectile warning. Goes for the steal, and Clone was ready. Clone recognized that Kenneth was ready. Because Clone saw the kill range, and that's the favorite Clone special, to just throw power gazer.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to bait a dash up or something from the side of Kenneth. Just not working out for them there. Cass able to make the most of it, and by now Clone making the most out of spending all of their meter early and overheat with less than 10 seconds off the clock.
And we already see a fully revved out Clone. Half of their blockade has been deleted.
Oh, they look for a meaty setup with a fireball at the end of that rev flash kick. Not going to work out for him. Clone just going to look for the chip damage right there. Going to work out for him. 1 round apiece now.
And however, Clone has no super bars to their name. If Kenneth wants to go ahead and press the advantage, it's now. But the rev blow knocks down Kenneth, and Clone already taking Kenneth to the corner.
Yeah, having the reactions at this hour of the night, respect to Clone, but right now Kenneth trying to escape their way to the corner, setting the rondo up. Clone jumping out of the way of that one. Still, both players revving up their guard gauge, which kind of no remorse, rev gauge.
Yeah, look at that rondo that was set up by Kenneth and drawing the hit. That's more of a rondo of blood. But Clone already got Kenneth to the corner, and Kenneth busts her way out with a super and cinches it in. That's going to be the first win of the game, going to Kenneth, managing to put a stop to the freight train that is Clone.
Yeah, Kenneth showing early that they can navigate the middle of the scramble and all of this pressure. That's kind of the bad part, for Clone's playstyle here is that Kain is a zoner, but those buttons are really good, a la JP as we mentioned before. Their wake up options are pretty solid, whether if it's not going to be a flash kick, but we saw a wake up button into an ignition gear there, so showing they're not afraid to spend the meter as well.
Yeah, why are these? What is up with this giving zoners good buttons? I play Guile. I can't complain.
Big time far D conversion off the wild punish here. Massive damage early. Stop me if you heard that one before, but Clone just putting on the pressure. An offensive JD. They move forward in the air, JD, and caught the landing frames of Kenneth. That was absolutely masterful from Clone.
Okay, Kenneth holding that. Went for the rising tackle to try to snipe the anti-air, not caring about the fireball. Clone does realize that they have the life advantage, so they eat a little bit of projectile damage. So what?
Oh, this time getting set up with the cross-up rondo. This time it's going to work out with Kenneth. Somehow being able to steal victory from the jaws of defeat. They're one round away from a 2-0 lead over Clone.
Yeah, I've never seen Clone on the back foot this hard. It's kind of funny. It's not like their offense is failing them. It's just Kenneth just finds a way to punch harder at the pivotal moment.
Yeah, it might be Clone just swinging a little bit too much. We saw a block super, a block power dunk, and things like that. So might just have to hold their horses a little bit longer. But it seems like they're not taking advice from the commentators. It continues to be revved up round wave, and they're chasing right after for more offense.
Well, sometimes you just got to do what you know best and just do it a little bit better. And Kenneth had to spend all of that rev gauge to make sure they were still spending. Clone had to spend all that gauge to make sure they're safe. But now they're overheated, and you don't want to be overheated against Kain. And he could just, do exactly that.
You see these different rondo setups, whether it's the crop, putting one behind and keeping the threat of it more scary than the hit itself. Empty jump low combo to close it out. Kenneth, a very impressive 2-0 lead over Clone.
If Kenneth gets this game, we are looking at ourselves where Kenneth could get a revenge against Preecha.
I'm sure they have it in mind right now. Right now, the task in front of them looking a little easier, only needing one more game to close it out. Big time counter hit off of the guard cancel from Clone. Not sure what happened in the interaction, but it turned up Kenneth. This time getting the throw to send Clone back to neutral and setting up another rondo.
Oh yeah, set up the rondo. They tried to jump on top of it, but Clone was ready for it, putting Kenneth at the corner of the forward roll, unable to get out of it, but the wild punish flash kick, no pickup, but we still have some really good position.
Yeah, also just displaying they're ready to pull the trigger as fast as Clone is with these meaty buttons. Once again, tries to chase down the roll. Kenneth ends up escaping for free here. This time getting caught by the crack shoot as well. Big time counter hit to close out the round. Clone put themselves on the board trying to get this one game here.
And we really got to talk about the floating state from the ground and the crack shoot. It is so high, so floating. You have more than enough time to get ready. But right now, Clone ready to take Kenneth out of SPG range with the hidden gear. Absolutely. You saw that 98%. Here's a disappearing act. 91% to 0.
Yeah, this time Clone getting a little debt forgiveness for building up their gauge. 50% down early for Kenneth as they try to just defend the fireball coming in. The offense not denied. Kenneth answering back though, setting up another rondo.
Crossover now that's going to put Clone in the corner, but Clone has a very healthy life lead and still in SPG range. Kenneth goes for a button spot dodge. Still waiting for something big.
Out the hard buttons here. Kenneth and overheat. It's a flash kick break. Has 2 bars of super on deck if they need to make this comeback. Tossing out the rondo. Trying to zone long enough to get out of this overheat, but I don't know if it's going to work out for them.
No, Kenneth does not have a lot of rev gauge, nor does have a lot of life to play. One more hit. They go for a big desperation super, and now it's Clone that's going to be revved out.
We've seen Kenneth somehow steal these ones before when Clone's in overheat.
Yeah, Clone already have a quarter of their block gauge down. And still, wow, a lucky break for Kenneth.
But we've seen it time and time again. The wake-up power geyser from Clone is going to finally put themselves on the board. Now 2 games to 1.
It really feels like that Kenneth saw Clone land on the Rondo and felt confident to jump in, but still Clone using the iframes of the power gazer to seal that out. 2-1. Finally, Clone is on the board.
Clone just keeps on knocking on the door. This time someone did answer. They go immediately back to the Rev Power Wave and just chasing right behind it to open up their offense.
You think it's over?
Great use of the rush move to get out of the power gazer. I'm not power gazer, power wave.
And Clone mixing up their offense again, looking for the overheads and different things like that, but finding themselves in overheat. Kenneth hasn't been able to make the most out of these situations as far as guard break goes, but now they're slowly just chipping away. Gotta watch that meter if you're Clone.
And now Clone is making suboptimal decisions to try to make their way in. And even if Kenneth gets Clone to block, that's going to be really good for them.
Stealing their turn again with the power geyser. Clone continues to pick their spots so well right now. Kenneth kind of on the back foot. Massive life deficit and now an overheat.
Crouching Light allows for one more hit, and the power wave gets Clone another precious round. Can we tie this up? I don't know, but Kenneth is seriously doubting their. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doubting their game plan.
Yeah, also just getting caught with that air rev blow early here. Clone getting the party started, has a bar of super to work with here. They safe jump to set up the baited super. It's gonna work out for them big time.
You think it's over?
Oh my God, Clone will not be denied. One more hit from Clone, running, jump, baits out any sort of move, but the flash kick from Kenneth gets some knockdown, but the power donk ties it up 2-2.
They have not been afraid of any of these Rondo setups. If they're not getting hit by them, they're completely getting a reversal because Clone just continues to pull the trigger over and over, whether it be the ignition gear or the power dunk. And, kind of a shock to me, the offensive mindset just continues to work. It's been pedal to the metal the entire time. And now it's a 1-1 here, Captain.
Oh, it is. Kenneth had a very good initial lead, but now it's Clone that is on the hot streak. Counter hit for the reversal, and slowly Kenneth getting pushed to the back of the wall. Rev blow stops that pain train right in his tracks.
Yeah, going bar for bar there with the Rev blow reaction, setting up another Rondo, going for the shallow jump, not able to get the throw off of it. Wild punish landed, but nothing showing. Clone back on the attack now, trying to build up the super gear for maximum damage.
Oh my God, flash kick on the break and putting the Rondos up just to really pester Clone.
Watch out that 5A again is Clone. This time I'm going to go for the Rekka series, gets the knockdown here. Looking for the crack shoot, but somehow missed him in the air. The neutral jump going to work out for Kenneth.
One more mix from Kenneth, but still, Clone can really pile the damage out and end this. It's really one interaction away from both fighters.
Sometimes you go to the well too many times and it dried out. Looking for the power geyser there, no one home. Kenneth weathering the storm, one round away from heading to grand finals.
Both of our fighters are about even on super gauge. Kenneth, though, already loses their SPG and now back in the corner. This is Clone's favorite position, and we are reintroducing the throw.
Yeah, an option we haven't seen too many times. Gets put back in the corner off of that JD right there and getting their way out. It's dashing. Clone coming in with the lows, though.
Uh-oh. And we now see this is going to be it. This is absolutely it. Clone with the victory has tied it up. 1 round, final game, final round.
This is as close as you possibly can want it. Kenneth has to be walking on pins and needles here, knowing that Clone can explode at any time. This guy going to jump in, wild punish into the ignition gear. Should have enough to go ahead and build the second one. Not quite. Goes for the Rondo setup, this time just defended from Clone.
And Kenneth still healthy amount of life and has 1 bar super. Clone, though, has 2. Will we see the hidden gear, especially with 79, 69, nice, on the rev gauge?
Answering back with the rev blow there. Slowly trying to turn chips into chunks here, chasing down. A great rev guard decision from the side of Clone just to get themselves some space. Chasing down the power wave, and they still turn again with the power geyser.
Oh, man, that is some really chunky offense from Clone. 1 more jump and 1 more interaction. Oh, but finds the crouching light. This is it. This could absolutely be it for Kenneth.
Stealing it by mashing out the 2B ignition gear into the ignition gear. Car is in full motion. Kenneth weathering the storm, taking it 3-2 over Clone, and they're going to grand finals. Loser's side of grand finals. Preecha and Kain on Enzuki Castle. Let's get into it.
And as a reminder to our viewers at home, this is going to be first to 3. with Supergrenas in the winner's side. So Supergrenas in a very privileged position.
Yeah, Cass got to find that double jeopardy. We talked about the rev blow. That time, Kenneth able to adapt early and kind of snuff it out with the neutral jump.
Now we're seeing more of those classic Kain Okazemi options. Before, Kenneth would just run up and hit a button. And we're playing a bit more of the distance game, especially since Kenneth has so much screen to work with.
Yeah, and just taking a page out of Clone's book, just continuing to wake up with these unsafe options. I mean, we saw the flash kick a couple of times while they're in overheat. There's that meaty fireball again from Preecha, and right back at you says Kenneth, not afraid to let it rip.
Well, it's what's going on is that Supergrenas understands that they want to press buttons when your opponent's waking up. But since Kenneth knows that, we're using the flash kicks to just stop him.
All right, trying to look for the wake up super there. No one home on that one. Gets caught with the fireball. Supergrenas not in the worst spot right here. Gotta watch the drive gauge of JD in the air. Defense on point. Big time jumping over the Rondo setup. Striking blood first. Supergrenas up 1 round.
And really, they used a little bit of that OD just to cinch that kill. That Breakout series has been Supergrenas' surefire way of winning these rounds. Staggered pressure to the guaranteed pressure.
And that might be the character unfamiliarity aspect. We see Supergrenas continue to set up these like kill frames and frame traps and super jumps with breaking down that Rekka series, and it's going to lead to all of this damage off of the hitting gear here. Picture perfect theory, almost 70% down.
Not to mention we eliminated the rev gauge, but when you are 1 game ahead of your opponent, you could go ahead and spend everything. The worst that's going to happen is you'll lose this round, but you'll have that much more time to build up your super.
Out the 5As, Kenneth, they're using the ignition gear. You got to get the damage we can get it in early here. It's a massive life deficit right now, and Supergrenas just turning over to the fireball, trying to jump over the Rondo once again.
Now look at that build up, the flash kick from Kenneth, a tiny little bit of life. Jump, was that jump C? Was that D or B?
That was jump D, I believe.
Jump D, okay, jump D from Supergrenas. Thank you, I'm still trying to get familiar with the buttons. That was definitely a heavy kick and a heavy victory. 1/3 of the way for Supergrenas for claiming this tournament.
Yeah, and it seems like Kenneth just kind of came out more feral in that first round, that they were able to take advantage of just going for flash kicks and not really respecting a meaty fireball there, but continuing to just spin out of that Rekka series and get those frame traps was working out for Supergrenas. It doesn't seem like Kenneth is ready for that.
Throws the Rondo and Kenneth just wisely just does nothing. He didn't want to just jump into Preecha.
And then we see staggering that Rekka series again. The far C trying to confirm off it, but Kenneth just staying put here at JD, but slowly getting walked down to the corner here.
Didn't exactly get the full combo. We got all the hits in anyway. Supergrenas at the life deficit. We're going to use the Rekka to get Kenneth out of SPG range. Jumping setup. And Kenneth takes to the air themselves.
And no anti-air from the side of Supergrenas, playing with a good life lead right here. Dashing right back in, little B&B to close it out. Kenneth coming alive again. 1 round
We're
up
really
here.
seeing a gorilla style from Kenneth. They weave in and out, and back from the first round, whenever they are getting too close to the wall, they just jump in just to make more distance, not to try to corner Supergrenas.
That and Supergrenas, the anti-airs haven't been showing thus far, so Kenneth feeling a little comfortable just to jump out, getting caught with the fireball on that jump. But once again, as we say it, that jumping is just kind of coming in for free for Kenneth.
Oh my god, dash in heavy button, a very aggressive opening from Kenneth, and Supergrenas looking to be in some deep trouble. But wakes up standing A, disrespect, they do not care.
They've shown that mash 5A a couple of times on offense, or excuse me, on Oki. See if that's a knowledge check later for Kenneth, but right now it's going to be big time damage for the side of Supergrenas, cashing out with the ignition gear here. One more guess.
Yeah, that was both supers. Still though, Kenneth has a level 2 on deck, and we've already seen them convert the miss throw. Still, the crouching beat. This is what killed Clone, and it already has killed Supergrenas.
Spending it all, not having to worry about it. Definitely enough to kill here. 1 game apiece now as they go ignition gear off of that 2B. As you mentioned, that's exactly what killed Clone, so you got to respect mashing out the light the same way Supergrenas is.
Still, remember, even though we see a tied scoreboard of 1-1, technically Supergrenas is ahead.
Get ready.
All right, well, Kenneth slowly chipping away at that 3 games they need for the reset. Just 2 more to send this back to 0-0 as they continue staggering with the feints here.
I really do appreciate how fast these games are. Coming from Tekken, those rounds can really drag.
Now that's the funniest part. If you've been around for me and Tomadog casting a So Sick Nash fan and Supergrenas match, the matches definitely don't seem too fast when they're hitting 0 multiple times. So luckily we're not seeing that tonight from Supergrenas, as they are getting in their licks here.
Oh, this time, interesting. Supergrenas introduced the throw, went for another throw. The jump back from Kenneth did not really pay out, but they're definitely going to pay for that misread.
Oh, they backdash to try to get away from the low, but a big-time counter hit that close D is going to find its home, and Supergrenas is going to take it all the way to the bank now, on the verge of a 2-1 lead.
That's going to be really bad for Kenneth, especially in the lead section. And early super does not really pay out anything. Supergrenas, the rev gauge is going to rev up to 42, the answer to everything.
You think it's over?
Going in the hard knockdown as well with the rev blow. Going air to air, but the air rev blow going to send Kenneth crashing back down to earth here, but continuing to press on the offense.
Oh, wow. Interesting choice of the DP, and Kenneth going to make sure that DP is going to see me in the corner. Oh,
Rondo
my.
setup. Supergrenas able to stay still on it. There's another Rondo in their face, but the grabs are being snuck in now by Kenneth.
That's the second time the missed DP happened. Kenneth gets a round of their own.
Yeah, it seems like when Supergrenas is throwing out those DPs, it just happens to completely whiff in the corner right there. And it'd be a little more tentative to pull the trigger in that situation, but either way, tied up as even as you can get. The same way we saw it in winners finals here, although Supergrenas is opening with 2 bars of super.
One thing I'm noticing is, Non-Factor, have you seen a complete lack of rev blow for Supergrenas' side?
Yeah, a little tentative to throw it. They did throw out 1 air rev blow, but not too many on the ground here.
It really shows that they're just using more of their rev gauge just for these Rekka series. And this is the classic win condition. Build up your damage, build up your rev gauge in the corner, then cash in that hidden gear just to make sure you could pile on the offense. QED. Let's go.
Yeah, and they've shown they're not afraid to rev up if they're going to go for those breaks. They find the sweep there. They're going to block the super. Exactly what Supergrenas was looking for there. Up 2-1 now on Kenneth, and 1 game away from making sure there's no reset.
Remember, Non-Factor, when you talked about how Supergrenas puts the SPG in the opening to threaten the rev blow? There's a new wrinkle in this offense. We put the SPG gauge in the beginning so we can now have early access to the hidden gear, which Grenas is using quite well.
Yeah, as you pointed out, they're just willing to go ahead and cash everything out in these Rekka series early to make sure they have about like an 80% lead. But right now, speaking of leads, Kenneth, they're going to put Supergrenas down 50%, and they're going back for more.
The Riv DP, if there's any kryptonite for Supergrenas, it's the Dragon Punch. And Kenneth with a jet, I will call that a perfect. I'll call it, it looks like one.
That's the gentleman's perfect right there. We shake hands and say, all right, man, you got it, you got it. But just 1 round away now from tying things up 2-2. Slowly mixing up their offense. We see them trying to bait out the DPs now. You saw a couple of dash-ins with Bs just to stop their momentum in that situation. So trying to play the mind game with Supergrenas here.
They meet air to air, no real buttons in. Supergrenas is going to go ahead and use the OD Rekka series just to take Kenneth out of the SPG range wisely. And that's going to take 10. Yeah, good damage and 10% off the rev gauge.
Yeah, big time damage. And that's the thing, is Supergrenas is playing with that win condition no matter what. Whether it's off of the hidden gear or just the ignition gear, they love playing with this lead, because when they have that SPG out front, they're going to start letting these rev blows go as long as they have the gauge, but not going to have a chance now as they get taken out of SPG.
Especially in the corner. This is where the rev gauge really heats up. And Kenneth goes for the air, and Preecha's air special, air normals are so good.
Coming back in for more pressure, staggering that Rekka series again, just needs a throw to close it out, setting up the meaty fireball. So nice, we'll show it twice, they bait out the super, not going to be able to punish it though. Kenneth immediately dashes in and sets up another rondo.
Yeah, that double for nothing goes to double trouble, and the Rekka series allows Supergrenas to take their round. They tied it up. Kenneth really needs this round just to put 2 games apiece, bring them 1 game closer to the reset.
Yeah, they got to start forcing these hard guesses out of Supergrenas again. The one DP they actually did land was the one to go ahead and put them on tournament point. The neutral jump to get over the throw here. They do have the SPG and the hidden gear on deck, choosing the hard knockdown route with the rev blow, but so nice, we'll show it twice. Another neutral jump is going to find its home, and I suspect we're going to see maximum damage here, Captain.
Maximum damage, and it's the win condition right now, and the conditioning is, well, it's gonna be pain. Rev gauge, you don't got rev and they don't got life, and more importantly, Supergrenas doesn't have a problem with that game.
enough to close it out. Absolutely optimal. Another feather in the hat of Supergrenas, as this might be close to 8 breakout series win. He's winning so much, it's so hard to keep count. And another one going their way over Kenneth.